when I came to the Catholic faith really strongly in 1985, 86, I came across really too strongly. I don't know if you can say that. I don't regret coming the way I did, but I came into I associated with a very hardline traditionalist group, which were a type of Catholic group where they would only go to the old Mass in Latin and blah, 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 blah. So that fed my hardline position and made it even harder. Regrettably, you know, I'm in a position now where I can have good relationships with Protestants without having an argument and a fight with them. It's only in the context of friendship, when we're prepared to deliver the truth in friendship and respect, that the other is going to be willing to hear it. When I've been engaged in apologetics in one form or another for 31 years, the first 15 years, no one converted. No one I ever met or discussed or debated converted. And I know why. Because I was going into these encounters with a very belligerent attitude. It was about winning the argument. This is my youth, this is my ignorance, this is my immaturity. Later on, when I got a job working for the Archdiocese of Sydney, and at the time I was employed by the Archbishop George Pell, as he was an Archbishop then only, not Cardinal yet. He gave me specific instructions about how I was to engage the Sydney Anglicans on campus, and I thought, well, I got to follow those instructions, otherwise I'm going to be dead meat, you know, lose my job. And actually, they were very helpful, because the Sydney Anglicans, for the most part, they're very anti-Catholic, but they're very scriptural and very spiritual, and they engage in good conversation. They're not bitter and angry, and they don't fight, argue. They converse, but most of the time they're conversing with Catholics who don't have a clue, so that's how they win them over. But they began to converse with myself and other Catholics in my team who had an idea of what they were talking about. And in that context, conversions began to happen because there was friendship there. And when I broke away from my Protestant friends, probably that's the mistake I made. You know, I should have been able to, perhaps, if I was more mature, I would have been able to stay friends with them despite my newfound fervour and certainty in Catholicism, and be able to share what I'd learned, so I could answer those questions.